All right, we're live.
Perfect. Welcome, everybody, especially to Anipy and Enzo. Thanks a lot for joining us on another Meet the Maker session. So the next 45 minutes is all about sharing experiences and information about building on Bitcoin and Lightning. And it really could be anything from core protocol development over developing web apps, or designing applications. And really, that's also the reason why we invite quite a diverse set of people. Could be developers, designers, content creators to join us here. But we also especially invite any listener to ask questions and keep this session really interactive. We will reserve a time um, at the end, but also during this talk. Don't hesitate to ask question anytime you want. Yeah, after all, it's actually a great chance to learn from each other, and that's why I'm super happy that today we have Enzo as our guest. He's the creator of LNCal, and we also have Anipy with us. He is a previous participant of the Both What Fun hackathon, and I'm very excited that both of them can share a bit of their story, how they became developers, how they are building Lightning applications, what was their learnings, and what plans do they have. But yeah, first of all, let's start off a bit. Anipy, do you mind sharing a bit about your background and what are the first touch points in Lightning for you?
So hello everyone. My name is Anipy, aka Anipy, and I am a recent college graduate with a bachelor's degree in electronics and telecommunication engineering. And I like developing softwares. I have been developing softwares from the last 2 to 3 years, and I enjoy learning new technical skills and advancements happening in the Bitcoin and Lightning space. So yeah, that's me, Anipy. That's a little bit of my introduction. Also, I just want to give a little context, of my background. So it's like Diwali festival celebration in India, which is like festival of lights, victory of good over evil, and like knowledge over ignorance and light over darkness, where we light fireworks, share sweets, and spread positiveness. So yeah, that's just a little bit of context of my background. So yeah, that's me, Anipy.
Perfect. And what brought you into the Lightning community?
Yeah. So around 2 years back, I started exploring this blockchain field, like exploring in the sense like learning what is blockchain, immutable ledger, distributed peer-to-peer network, and the Byzantine fault tolerance, and much more. So after that, I decided to develop something into it. So the sources I came across is the Solidity programming language and the Truffle framework and things like that. The typical Web3 development sources you can consider. So in the beginning, I'm very much excited about this particular technology stack. Even I developed a project known as Flutter blockchain, which you can easily check out on GitHub, which is mobile decentralized application samples with Solidity and Flutter framework. And this project even achieved 100 plus stars on GitHub. Like getting this much stars on GitHub is really big deal for me as a developer. So after that, these things started popping out like NFTs and crypto airdrops and tokens and many more with this Web3 marketing gimmick. As I'm developing projects with it, my point of view has been changed. When we write, let's say, a particular smart contract in Solidity, we need to deploy it with services like Infura, which is an API access to an Ethereum node which run as a service. And thing I pointed out here is almost like developers are using Infuda in order to interact with the Ethereum blockchain, and like it's almost like all of these smart contracts are interacting with the blockchain via Infuda service, which according to me is not the best solution. And like learning these stories like the DAO attack and the hard fork of Ethereum, which splits Ethereum into Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. So like I feel like it started to becoming like just centralized service for me. Like I'm losing the mindset I have with this particular technology stack in theory, while practical it is not like that. Like the web3 development, it does not make any sense to me right now, if I can say. So after that I like decided to explore Bitcoin, like how it really works, by referencing a book known as Keys to Bitcoin. And after that I also referenced the book known as Programming Bitcoin by Jimmy Song, which is like in-depth knowledge of Bitcoin programming with Python 3. Like it's just mind-blowing. Like it covers the maths behind the ECDSA algorithm, then the transactions concept, Bitcoin script, creating and validating transactions, and much more. So after that, like I understand what Bitcoin really is, but still I'm not familiar with the Lightning technology stack. Like it's about Bitcoin, about the on-chain transactions. But then, like I saw someone just retweeted about the Bulls Fund Shock the Web Hackathon too. So then I checked it out about the Shock the Web Hackathon too. And at that particular time, I remember I am like preparing for a particular mobile engineer position for Swan Bitcoin. But then instead of the preparation, like I decided to participate in Shock the Web Hackathon. So that's where I started learning about Lightning Network, like the LNURL specification. Then I also use the LNBits API in my project BitsNSats, which I created for Shock the Web Hackathon 2. Then the WebLN specification for interacting with the WebLN provider, get LB, and things like that. So yeah, like I am still learning with this particular technology stack, getting familiar with it. So that's it.
Cool.
That's my introduction
Yeah,
to
you already
Lightning.
mentioned quite a lot of interesting projects. We should then also come back to them
Hmm.
in a minute. And so, did you also take the route from a like Web3 Ethereum developer onto Lightning, or another one?
No, although like with Aniket, Ethereum helped me a lot in becoming more and more Bitcoin maxi. So it was great since the beginning, since the 2015. I was like, oh, a nice, interesting technology. You can do a lot of stuff, and then when you go into the details of Ethereum, you're like, oh my god, this stuff just doesn't work. And yeah, I have the same opinion on Infura and how Web3 and contracts are launched. How I got into Lightning, it was a couple of years ago. I thought that Ethereum and the EVM type of blockchain ecosystem with MetaMask and so on was doing a killing. And I thought this stuff should exist for Bitcoin as well. And then I started looking into it. I mean, until then, by the way, I have an engineering background. I've been working in the UK the last 6 years, as covering a couple of CTO positions. But yeah, so I'm a dev, basically a software engineer. And then I thought 2 years ago, okay, we need to create something like MetaMask in Bitcoin because it's important. Then I discovered Joule, which was a project that was like quite old from 2017, 2018, and wasn't carried forward. And then there, among the PRs, I saw something about LNURL auth, and then it was Boomi himself, one of the software engineers at Alby, probably the creator, and then he was writing about how to implement LNURL on Joule, and then I was like, oh, interesting. But then after digging deeper, I saw that Boomi actually created Alby. I was like, oh, but that's exactly what I wanted to create, and then from there on, I thought, okay, no need to do that. Alby already exists and it's great and it's working great. So I started digging deeper into LNURL, Lightning. I read a couple of books and so on. And then I said, okay, let's. I was looking. It took me, I don't know, 6 months to figure out what to work on because it's not easy to. And then I thought about LNCal. I was like, I think what's needed is just yet another way to earn bitcoins and on Lightning specifically. And then I said LNCal would be perfect for that. You just share your calendar, people can book you, you get paid in Bitcoin, and then you get the coin. So yeah, I just wanted to create a new avenue. I think one of the things that we should focus on as a community is just to give people new ways to earn Bitcoin. But yeah, short story on how I got into Lightning, and then once I figured that out, then I just went deep dived into LNURL auth. Actually, I created a small package, open source package for PHP, just to implement LNURL auth. And then if you're interested, if anybody's interested, it's on GitHub. My username is EZA, three letters, and you can find it there. And but since LNURL auth anyway is completely detached from Lightning, it's just like pure cryptography and signatures. So I just created a small package that any PHP project can implement, and then just have LNURL auth. And then I implemented that on LNCal, and then I figured out how to do all the transfers. I basically recreated a whole functionality for managing the flow of sats and then sending them to people when they withdraw them. So yeah, it was. I needed the project because, as usual, you need a project to learn how the technology works, and that's what LNCal was for me. But as it happens, it's actually a lot of people are using it at the moment, and they like it as an application. So that's great to see that it has been received so well.
Yeah, nice. Like for the ones who haven't used LNCal yet, could you quickly describe what is the use case behind, and why do you choose to include Lightning here, and how does it bring like an additional value to sort of another booking platform, in your opinion?
Well, first of all, Bitcoin is unstoppable and unconfiscatable money. So I really dislike when you really depend on the gatekeepers on the internet like Stripe, or you need to focus on their terms of service and make sure that you comply with everything, because otherwise they would just stop your business. And I really don't like that. So that's the main reason why Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is unstoppable, first of all. And then yeah, I thought it was an interesting use case, and I just wanted to explore Lightning, and that's how I came to develop it. Really, I wasn't too much thought into it. I was like, oh, there were a few people actually, I think, requiring or using some sort of similar solution, which I spotted in the wild. It was like Giacomo Zucco and Kevin Rook. They were using already some similar sort of solution that wasn't really doing everything for them. So I thought, oh, maybe I can do this better. And then, yeah, as an engineer, just iterated over solution, and then I improved over. And then now both of them, they are users of LNCal, and they love it. So yeah.
Nice. Anipy, you also have been working on a application, right? During the Bolt.fun Shock the Web hackathon. Can you tell us a bit about that and your experience there?
Yeah. So, like the project I work for Shock the Web Hackathon 2 is BitsNSats. So, the idea of BitsNSats is like creating a multiplayer game with two-player occupancy over Lightning. So, the challenges is like when like if let's say initially both of the players needs to deposit like a particular sats into the system, and when both of these players are playing the game, we need to like hold this particular sat in like any a kind of escrow system we need. So there is a workshop of lightning escrow by super testnet, but I did not understand quite the lightning escrow system. So the thing I did is like integrated the system with WebLN, like WebLN specification. When the players need to deposit the fund, uh, they need to deposit, and like an LN bits wallet gonna hold those particular funds on behalf of these users when they are playing the game. So it's like a kind of custodial solution. Like I remember the judges also pointed out that we need more of a kind of non-custodial solution for multiplayer games right now. So yeah, so like LN bits is holding these the funds of the user when both of the players are playing the game, and when any one of the player win the game, uh, the LNURL pay dot request invoice gonna generate invoice of that particular user and gonna send the player A plus player B complete deposited amount of both of the players to the winner of the player. So that's what the idea of bits and sats I have. Still like I'm working on it. Let's see. So yeah.
Cool. And like, do you have any thoughts where you could go to this project? You said, okay, you are still working on it. But are you working more like on also different games, or more like
Yeah.
on the Lightning stack of that to find a way how to make it more non-custodial?
Yeah. Working on like how to make it non-custodial for the players, and the idea will remain common. Like we can implement it with any particular game which has like two-player occupancy. The game I selected is tic-tac-toe, which is like simple to implement for like showcasing in the hackathon, but it's super easy to implement any two-player occupancy game. But the idea behind the project is to implement this lightning payment systems, holding the payment when both of these players are playing the game, and then giving the total amount of the payment to the winner. So that's the idea. Like I need to implement further, having a non-custodial solution. So
And
yeah.
what are there any technologies that you are exploring for that, or any other projects that might help you?
hmm So yeah, like now onwards, I'm looking into it. Like I don't know, I'm just procrastinating the development of bits and sats, like doing some data structures and algorithms challenges. So yeah, we'll start the project soon. Bits and sats.
Definitely, yeah, you should. I mean, it's as you said, it's I think it's a common problem. But I'm also sure that if we work on that, we can find solutions around that, and yeah,
Yes.
create a real like non-custodial like two-player game here. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
cool. And so, what were the challenges working on your project, and how did you overcome them?
Oh,
Um, Sorry. Uh,
yeah. You
um,
can.
okay. So yeah, basically, well, everything was a challenge since the beginning. Just figuring out LN neural auth, then figuring out the payment and how to. So everything just took a bit of time. And then I just did research. The only thing that I wanted to do initially, I mean, is as Aniket mentioned, to do things in a non-custodial fashion. So the ideal scenario would be for LNCal users to actually connect. They share their LNURL pay address, and then whenever somebody wants to book them, I just display their QR code. They receive the money. The only missing piece of the puzzle, though, is the fact of letting LNCal know programmatically that the payment has completed successfully, right? So I've spoken at large with many people in the community, starting with Roy from Breeze, because I thought one of these proposals was suitable, but then it turned out not. And I spoke with Fiat Jaff, and then I spoke with Boomi, and so on. And then ultimately, what it seems like is coming to there's this new LNURL proposal from Boomi and Ben Ark. They've been working on this, and basically it's a mashup of multiple LNURL proposals, and the only benefit of this is called LNURL Verify, and potentially when I display somebody else's QR code, now there is a feedback loop for letting LNCal know that the payment has happened successfully. And that would be great. I mean, I think that will be the future of many web applications. Imagine, I love this concept of having full control on your funds. You connect to a web app, maybe you pay a subscription for it, and then you receive the money directly. You are in full control of everything, because also there is this issue that maybe you forget funds here in this website and funds in that website. You need to make sure that you withdraw them all. There are some solutions to that. There is a LNURL spec to avoid forgetting funds in this and that website, but services need to implement that, and not everybody does. So I'd rather have a functionality where you can connect with your wallet, you receive the money directly on your wallet, and the website just helps you do that, right? So it takes care of the whole user interface and managing. So you, as well as I had to learn a lot of things building LNCal, how to manage and transfer sats and make sure that nothing is lost in the meantime, and basically made my job as a developer a bit hard. I'd rather build a product that works best for the users and have them receive the money directly, so I don't even have the risk. So these are the sort of challenges that I'm working on. I'm thinking of implementing LNURL Verify for the Lightning Legends of Lightning, but I'm quite busy in this moment, so I'll see if that will work out. But so yeah, that would be great to have. The only problem is that it's only Alby, I believe, and another wallet now implementing it. So it would be something built on the side in the meantime that becomes mainstream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you mentioned an important point here, is like, or just let's say one step back. Where can people find more information about LNURL and LNURL Verify? I guess there's a GitHub repository.
So I don't know about LNURL Verify if it's yet implemented in the official repo of LNURL. But if you Google LNURL RFC, you'll be presented with the official repo. Yeah, that's it. LNURL Verify, I think, is still in beta, so it's not there yet. So I learned from it because I spoke in Riga with Boomi extensively about this issue, and then what would be the best way to implement this. But yeah, so I was just very keen on solving this issue. That's why I'm so familiar with. But probably it's not live yet for or at least I don't know. I'm not aware.
So it seems you are quite well connected in the Lightning developer community. Like apart from these contacts, yeah.
It's great. I mean, I think it's the whole Lightning ecosystem that is just great. Like, people want to help you. When you have an issue, everybody's like, oh, okay, maybe you can do it this way. Maybe you can do it this way. Everybody recognizes the issue, right? And they figure out that there is a void there that needs to be filled. And being that Lightning, it doesn't belong to anyone. Everybody feels entitled, and everybody feels like they need to help you fix it. It's a great community. I love building on Bitcoin and Lightning.
Cool. Anipy, what was your experience? How do you learn about Lightning and the community?
Yeah. So like initially, like I don't have much resources of like learning LNURL, but like as I joined the Boards Fund community, I guess there are some video lectures of the Shock the Web Hackathon one, like video lectures of Boomi, I guess, create your first Lightning wallet on YouTube. So I just checked that particular video. It is like a WebLN demo with the static HTML and CSS websites as well, and a Node.js project. So yeah, like it really helped me. And then I checked the projects as well of Shock the Web Hackathon too, like 20 Uno project by Rini Aaron, I guess. I checked it. He implemented the LNURL or base spec. So I just have this idea of I also want to implement this in my project as well. But I didn't have much resources of how he implemented, and I also don't know if that particular code is available or not, like is it open source. So I just ask on the Discord server get help section of Boards Fund. So yeah, like the community really helped me while implementing the project for Shock the Web Hackathon too, like sharing the learning resources and things like that, solving the issues. So yeah,
So we should make
that's
sure
how.
that the Discord link for Shock the Web is also then in the description. Ed, what is planned for this Legends of Lightning hackathon in terms of program developer support? I guess it's even like bigger than it was last time.
Yeah, definitely. We've already had quite a few amazing workshops. We've based sort of this time around, we're kind of doing it in series. So we've got like a Lightning on Web series. We've got banking on Bitcoin, tokens on Bitcoin. So we've heard a lot about Taro. We had a great Taro week last time, which is Lightning Nav's new Taproot powered protocol for issuing assets on Bitcoin. We have got some ones tomorrow from the Galloy team. They also did some of the previous Shock the Web hackathons as well. They're going to be basically sort of talking about how to make use of the Galloy infrastructure and sort of build your own community bank and use stable sats. We've got some of the Alby team coming on as well. Next week, they're going to be continuing the Lightning on Web series. So I think Boomy's going to be covering podcasting 2.0 with Lightning. Rene and Roland are going to be doing some Lightning node infrastructure, I think, sort of bootstrapping your Lightning web app. And then the final one, I think Escaped Cat is going to be doing one. I think it's just going to be sort of Lightning on web. So yeah, we've got so many great workshops, and there are loads of great mentors kind of on hand. It's nice to hear Anipy sort of give a nice testimonial that was kind of how he actually got into it, was by checking out one of those videos. It does kind of remind me we do need to definitely update our guide section. Moritz and Rene were sort of co-authors of the WebLN guide as well, which is a really great resource for people who are looking to build on web. But yeah, lots of good stuff happening for Legends of Lightning. Enzo, you said that maybe you'll work on something for LNURL auth, right? For
LNURL
Verify.
LNURL Verify. Yeah, I'll try to implement that in the next month or so. I just need to figure out how to connect all the pieces of the puzzle, but should be all right.
Yeah. That was actually interestingly a topic that we discussed at, I think it was Shock the Web 1 back in March. We had Fiat Jeff give he gave a presentation, as did Ben Ark, the founder of LN Bits, and they were both sort of talking a little bit about LNURL Verify and when's it going to happen. Anipy, you going to be taking part in Legends of Lightning this year?
No, like I did not register for the hackathon.
Wrong answers only.
But maybe Enzo needs someone who helps him on his project.
Yeah, Anipy, if you want to join, I'm looking for help anyway. But if you're
Yeah,
too
that'd be
busy,
really
not a problem.
No, but I mean,
Okay,
honestly, so
I will try to help.
yeah, use the
So
But
chance
yeah,
to make
I
some
will try to
advertisement
help.
here. Look for
I
a team.
heard, Ed, that you're using like a cool software to manage all those bookings.
We are, yeah. So we've been using the LNCal to sort of book in some workshops.
Nice to hear.
Yeah, I've also been offering some office hours to people who are taking part in the hackathon. Obviously, I'm sort of a UX designer, so just trying to give people some help with the design, the front end. And so yeah, you can book in a 30 or even a 60-minute session. I think my rate is about 5,000 sats an hour, so it's about $1 an hour, which is pretty high. But yeah, it's been really cool actually. I've been seeing, I did 3 sessions today. I stacked about 15,000 sats in my LNCal wallet, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's been great.
Isn't it addicting, like earning sats?
I know it's such a small amount as well, but it's just like, wow, 15,000 of these things. It's great.
Yeah, I also think so. And so before you have to leave us, like some final questions to you also.
Sure.
What do you recommend other developers who want to start building on Lightning? Where do they get like the first information, and how do they get started?
So I read a bit of Mastering Lightning book. That helped to give me an understanding of what macaroon was, stuff like that. I had no idea initially. But I mean, nowadays there are a lot of applications out there. You could start building up web apps connected to BTC Pay server or to LNbit, for example. You don't need to understand like how our RPC calls work on LND, right? So you can actually use BTC Pay Greenfield API to actually do Lightning calls, or you can use LNbits as Aniket is using. There are many ways to build on Lightning without going very deep into the stack. So I would suggest you have a look at those options. Just spin up a node on BTC Pay server node or LNbits node, and then start talking through the API, and that's much faster, much easier than understanding how deeply LND works, right? Also, that gives you the option to actually switch to on-chain if you want, right? Because with a Lightning node, you don't have that. Yeah, if you want to build apps, my suggestion for you is to keep apps as cheap as possible, so you can run them for 1 or 2 years until actually the next bull market picks up, and then they'll become like a success. So just keep them tidy, keep them low. Don't waste too much time on them. Just work on the important stuff, and then make it like a pleasurable experience, so you can maintain it easily. It's cheap to maintain, and then eventually, if you keep it long enough and Bitcoin does what it needs to do, then those apps maybe become mainstream one day. So yeah, or look for funding. There are a lot of VCs out there that are actually looking to sponsor cool apps, so it's great.
Cool. Ed, you just like post any question if there's some question from the audience. If not, I will have like one final question for you. Assuming you did not start working on LNCal, is there any other idea you would like to pursue actually, in terms of a Lightning web app?
No, I think I've seen very cool apps, especially now in the Legend of Lightnings. I think probably something that, well, anything that really gives the opportunity to people to earn sats in an easy way. I think that's what personally appeals me. So any other web app that does that, I think that's a winner, because for the person using the app, but also overall for the community, the Bitcoin community and the Bitcoin ecosystem, I think it's great to have have more people starting to earn sats from here and there, and then making this ecosystem thrive. So I think that would be my focus if it wasn't for LNCal.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, thanks a lot, Enzo, for coming on the show.
Thank you, guys.
Sharing
Have
your time, your experience, super valuable.
Thanks, Moritz. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Annika. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Catch you soon.
Anipy.
Yeah.
What's next for is there any exciting technology regarding Lightning that you look at currently closer?
Exciting technology, yeah. Like I learned about the Taro protocol by Lightning Labs, like the assets off chain tokens and assets. So yeah, I'm excited about Taro. Also, there are like the workshops in the Legends of Lightning, workshops about Taro and all that stuff. And like it is also implemented, I guess, for testnet. So yeah, like I will give it a try, something with Taro. So that project is amazing, I think.
Are you going to the Goa conference next weekend? Oren asks.
See, like the thing is, I like nobody knows me in the Bitcoin India community, I guess, and I don't know anyone as well. So like if like I don't know, I'm not going to the Goa conference. I don't know anything about it actually.
We got to get you signed up as a speaker, Anipy. You're a big dog in the Bitcoin community.
Just wait another week until people watch this this video here. They will reach out to you.
You'll be getting free tickets, man. Be using LNCal. You'll be stacking the sats. Yeah, people are going to be paying for your time. Have you been, Anipy, have you been working on anything since the tic-tac-toe? Or are you just sort of slowly, steadily keeping that along? Or have you just been keeping the lights on in other ways, 9 to 5 since?
Mhm. So yeah, the thing is like after the BitsNSats game, I started like I decided to you know learn about Lightning. So like as Enzo suggested about the mastering Lightning network book, I'm also like reading that particular book. It's in progress, and I like implemented a package, a WebLN package, Flutter WebLN package, which is like interoperability with JavaScript, Dart interoperability with JavaScript, Flutter WebLN. You can use it in your Flutter web projects. And after that, like I also created a little course of developing Bitcoin Lightning web app with Flutter Web. It's available on YouTube as well. So yeah, that's what my progress after Shock the Web 2. And like I have this idea in my mind as well. Like there are a lot of npm packages available implementing like most of the LLURL specification. Like it's super easy for the developer to use these particular packages in their projects. But the technology stack, like the technology stack I know, which is like the Flutter framework, which is used for cross-platform mobile application development. So in Flutter, there are like lack of packages related to LNURL and Bitcoin as well. Like now, I remember things are popping up. Like BDK Flutter has been released by some Bitcoin Savior user. BDK Flutter has been released, but there are like lack of packages available for the developers. So I have this idea in my mind of implementing these packages in Dart programming languages, like simple bolt 11 decoder and LLURL or a request invoice package and things like that. So yeah, like I'm learning through these things how to implement it, referencing some other code as well. So yeah,
So
let's
cool.
see.
So you created the WebLN library for Flutter.
Yeah.
What was your experience doing that? And what do you think, like, what enables WebLN?
See, what I think is WebLN is a super cool specification. Like, it's super easy to implement. We don't need to like install any kind of package. Like, just getting the access to window, like the window function, window.webln, and the methods are super easy to interact with the WebLN providers, like for example, Alby. So yeah, like any website can use it. The methods are super simple. WebLN dot enable for like prompting the user for getting access to the wallet. Then WebLN dot make invoice, WebLN dot send payments. What I think about WebLN is it's one of the easiest method if you want to like interact with the Lightning network, or want to add Lightning network capabilities in your web applications. So yeah, that's what like I feel about WebLN.
Very cool. Are you also planning to use the library in a own project?
This Flutter WebLN library. Flutter WebLN library, like there are things more need to be implemented into it, I think. Uh, so yeah, let's see about the progress, how it goes into the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Anipy, I'm right in thinking that you actually created a course, right, of actually how to implement this. It's like
Yes, yes.
over 40 lessons or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
super cool. Are you I posted a link to it, by the way, in the comments.
Perfect.
Have you had some good feedback on it so far?
Feedback on it? No, like like didn't have much feedback on it up till now. Like what I think is these kind of contents are like did not have much audience at present. That's what I feel. But what I also feel is like in the future, all these videos which are uploaded, like the videos uploaded by Lab TV, I guess, uh, uh, they are uploading the Lightning Network workshops, and the workshops uploaded by Bolts Fun as well. These All these videos gonna like skyrocket in the future. That's what I feel. But at present, I think uh, like the users are less for consuming this particular content. So yeah.
Sure, but even more important, the job that also you do to seed on this like new developer movement, that we see more activity in the future. So cool that you build these things and that you create this content around that. I think it's very, very important. All right.
Yeah.
I think we need to get Anipy to host a workshop at the next Legends of Lightning event. How about that? Or this one? Why not? It's not too late. Yeah, if you build it, they will come. I like to say, we're still super early, so yeah, you're a legend in the Bitcoin community in India. You just don't know it yet, Anipy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean seriously, if you feel like comfortable holding one of these courses, then we should make make it possible that you are like on Bolt.fun or at the Goa conference. Like people need to learn about that. So they really need to see what's possible building on Lightning and how easy it actually is. I mean, that's why also we make the sessions here with Ed, right? So also, yeah, just feel free to or let us know how you think about it. Then we can certainly arrange something.
Yeah, like still what I've like I'm learning these new technologies. Still, I feel that I'm not comfortable with it, like the lightning technology. So I'm gaining the knowledge with the mastering lightning network book, and also watching several different workshops referencing some of the open source code of other developers. So yeah, let's see like till the next Legends of Lightning tournament if like I become more confident about sharing these the all the other developers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a big announcement.
I'm imagining Anipy doing like one-arm pull-ups whilst reading Mastering Lightning, just with like the Rocky music in the background, just training for the next tournament, for the next conference in India. Yeah, you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there.
Yeah, and thanks.
Yeah, secretly you are already a master of the Lightning Network. Perfect. I would say like yeah, then we wrap it up here. If we don't have any other question from the audience, then I would also like say thanks a lot to Anipy taking the time, sharing all your knowledge. Please keep on doing all this great stuff, building, creating these libraries, creating great content around WebLN is super important. We also learned a lot about like WebLN in general, LNURL verify in particular, and what the advantages we get out of that. Then we got to know Enzo from LNCal, what he is working on, and his plans for the Legends of Lightning tournament. And yeah, that's it. Ed, did I forget anything? Should we mention something else?
I don't think so. Just if you are interested in taking part in the Legends of Lightning tournament, it's still going on. We're going to continue hacking all the way through to December 7th, and it's never too late to join. Project entries are open until November 24th. So if you have a project that you've been wanting to work on, or if you have some skills and you can help out someone else or a team, head over to makers.bolt.fun and go to the Legends of Lightning page. And yeah, team up, take part, register, and enter your project, and we'll see you there. Become a legend like Anipy.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah, and to all the listeners, also please share this episode with others who may be interested in this topic. Also, feel free to let us know what topics you would like to see covered in future episodes. Yeah, and get in touch with us. And also feel free to send some sats via the Alby browser extension to Ed and his Lightning address in the description. So yeah, thanks a lot, and see you next week for another episode.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Catch you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Ciao.